Alright, so back again and welcome to 11th Toxic Compilation. But before we get into that, if you're going to buy anything from this game today, make sure you get it from rocketprices.com. Their link's in the description. You can pretty much get anything you want from this place that's in or has been in this game for a cheaper price that you find elsewhere or from the game itself. Made it even cheaper with a 6% off code JET at checkout. For those that don't know, it's pretty straightforward. It's just obviously a montage or a compilation of toxic people I encounter or funny moments that I encounter over my time playing obviously Rocket League. I think it's fair to say this one has a lot of different clips. It's not really kind of similar constant rage. It's more a mix of angry people and also funny bits, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did when I saw them. So this first game was actually from my rank up restrictions series, which is in Plat 2 in this game, and a lot of you may have seen this already. It starts from a bad note as I do score, and one of the opponents is not happy about it conceding so early on. Time passing the game, and it actually ends up being 4-2 at this point, as you can see, and things really start to escalate now, where the same guy emphasises confusion by saying what. This is where it takes a strange turn. My teammate out of nowhere decides to just put EZ, and Karma bites him quickly when they score from kickoff, and you already know it's going to come back to us. But before doing that, he decides to point out the kickoff was luck, when it was his fault he didn't bother flipping into the ball there. And now, as you can see, the EZ's come back from the other team in a high volume. However, we did go on to win the game. As you can see, it's 6-3 at this moment in time, and our teammate decides to hit him back with the EZ spam. Here it is, and even adding shut up onto the end of the last one just to rub it in a little bit more. And now things take a really stupid turn. In fact, this makes absolutely no sense. The fact they're losing 6-3, as you can see, one of the people in the other team then puts EZ as well. That's not how it works, mate. Even more so, asking for a 1v1 against our teammate, which he replies okay. And yet again, these people's brains really do defy logic here. They've just lost the game, and one of them is putting EZ. Yeah, easy loss, mate. Well done. Very strange game you just witnessed. Now, these next few clips are just going to be pretty much similar things here. As you can see, we score within 5 seconds. He's not happy, and he abandons the game within 5 seconds. And as I said, this is going to continue for a few clips, as we do have multiple examples of this. A mix up there, a double commit, an OMG spam, and then another abandoned match within 35 seconds, and the other guy leaves as well to give us the win. And the very next game, believe it or not, this is the very next game, someone's obviously not happy about the kickoff, as you can see, stop playing there. And within the next 5 seconds or so, he just decides to abandon the game out of nowhere. You'll see it in a second when it comes up, just completely out of the blue, just abandons the match. And you can see my reaction to that. Anyway, that's that for those. Now we're back into angry people. As you can see, this is the GC lobby, and they have scored a goal to make it 1-1. And as you can see, I said nothing since them scoring, and my teammate comes out with this. STFU, I do one mistake, telling me to STFU to absolutely nothing that I've said, considering I've said absolutely nothing. It's like telling someone to shut up when they're not talking. That's the equivalent for this. I then get spammed nice shot and great pass every time I do something wrong by him. Serious? And I want you to keep in mind this, the fact that he had a chance to score here, and pretty much fucked it for us. They do end up winning the game here. I quite rightly point out what is wrong with you, because he came at me for no reason, and he just goes further. OMG, you are so bad, he says. And this is why I wanted to show that miss he just did, considering he could have won the game for us. He then carries on, saying that apparently it was my fault because I went for the boost when he should have scored the open goal. I quite rightly said, I don't say anything, you freak. But he really just took a turn for the worse here. He started laughing at me because he didn't have a response to what I said. And when the person, the other team chips in with still toxic and grand jump, as well as kiddos. Really good insults, mate. Keep them up. This also refers to that clip I showed you, that he should have scored lows. He then missed the brain box himself, points out that I am GC1. Yes, correct, mate, so are you. But then goes on to defy belief and says that he's not GC1 when he quite blatantly is. And that was my reaction, because he's been so obvious, blatantly stupid at this point. And me and the people in the other team point out that he blatantly is. He's gone by this point, but I was still typing, calling him an absolute melt. I'm obviously not aware that he's left the game. And just to emphasise how stupid this guy is, people in the other team are putting what the fuck because in the confusion. This next game is very odd. Very, very odd. The people just like very, very strange in the way they're acting. It really escalated to a higher degree later on in the game. I just thought I'd show you this clip here of a very, very easy chance that my teammate somehow missed. Look where they all are, look where he is, and he somehow takes his time and misses. I put OMG quite rightly considering of what happened. When they do score, he goes, and now begging me for compliments, and adding can't say a good thing, which I reply with this, because no fucker me missed an open goal. I don't just get spammed OMG for absolutely no reason here. I don't really know what he's doing that for. When I score in the last 10 seconds to win the game, then tried to put nice one back to me, and I spammed no to them to piss off because they've been toxic to me. There's a guy there spamming great pass at himself, you'll have to see it. And this really took a turn here. This is where it starts getting weird. The guy just types out this incredibly long message. Fucking kid, every boy can flame like a bitch. Apparently a few OMGs is really insulting nowadays. I don't really know where that's come from. And I retaliated saying, STFU, you got carried, because they did. You'll see in the scoreboard at the end here, they absolutely got carried, and I told them they deserve it, but I get called a noob in the process. This is where it just kicks off out of a completely different level. This is what he says in response. Fucking brain dead kid, typical Rocket League syndrome kid. In response to his noob comment, I showed the fact he did get carried and that was his score compared to mine. And this is where it gets actually unbelievably weird. They start actually telling me to die in real life. I'll let this play out. You can see my visible confusion here, putting question marks and stuff like that, and telling them just shut up and just calling him trash basically. But they're really taking this far. It took me to get killed. And in real life, by the way, which is really good for me, mate. Really witty, well done. And whatever that is, I'm assuming that's get fucked up or whatever, but there we go. And this is all considering we have won this game. I don't really know what's going on here. This game is something different. I said there was a lot of different games in this video. We had a similar one to this last time, and as you can see, I've just played the whole game sped up here. Just watch the chat. It was like this for the entire game. Me and this other guy just spamming shit. It was honestly one of the most funny experiences I've had on this game. We were literally just spamming it throughout the entire game, no matter what moment was happening, even if it was going for an aerial. If one of us put shit, the other one also put shit to replicate that. And it was going for the whole 5 minutes and overtime as well. Literally, as you can see, it just never stopped. There was like 10-second moments where it stopped and then it carried on. And it is quality when people do this. I do love a person who does this kind of thing. It just makes the game more funny. As you can see, the time is ticking away and it's still going on. The shit spam is still going. No matter what's happening during the game, we are still going at it, and I'll just let this game run out in the sense that it literally was the whole game. And just to prove it was the whole game, this is the last few seconds and it's still going, and this is now overtime and it's still going to a further extent. Now it's just overtime's happen, and when we win it gets spammed beyond belief. Something that's not so much rage but just a quality moment. I love seeing people who do that kind of thing. Now this is the final angry person we have for this video. However, it's significantly long, as you can see, for the time remaining of the video. This is because this guy is next level. This is where it all goes wrong. A kind of defensive mix up. I tell him to take the shot. He told me he had it, but he didn't, because he didn't hit the ball, so he obviously didn't have it. Another double commit here, which is blatantly my ball. He then spams that he has it when it was obviously my ball, and I was up before him going for the ball, and yet he still goes to it, which is a point I'll make later. He then decides to say, Jet, what the fuck? And I retaliate because I'm fuming at this point, right? I'm on a lost streak at this point. I'm asking him that, are you brain dead because I'm there? And he's trying to tell me what the fuck are you doing. So this is where it all starts off. As well as him saying that it was his ball, but I was literally at the ball, and he could see me go for it and still went for it anyway. He then gets angry saying, you pass it to the others, but what, there's no one to pass to because he was behind me trying to take my ball. That is why. We then scored to make it 2-1 to them, and this is why he starts getting really triggered. Bro, you don't have to touch the ball all the time. At that point I put in the chat, and he didn't have anything to say to that, no doubt. I then score again to make it 2-2, and he tries to put a nice shot to me, and this is where I tell him to shut the fuck up, because quite rightly he should not try and be nice to me now. He then tries calling me a wash GC, which when I'm top of the leaderboard and he is bottom. And in overtime, here we go again, another double commit, which is again is my ball, and he still goes for it and spams I got it as if I'm gonna know where he is. He then causes them to score by playing it across the box, and this is where things get incredible. Obviously the spam is going to happen, but things really take a turn here. He then starts spamming ah ha ha ha, which yeah, is really funny, mate, losing the game for us, well done. Then times blaming me by passing it across our box to them. Our teammate just comes out of leave ball, which to be honest, mate, you're not irrelevant a part of this, and I quite rightly say to my teammate, don't chat to me after doing that to us, because that's embarrassing. He can't say anything, and his only response to that was just to laugh, because he knows I'm right. He then comes comes up with GC in C2, and yeah, this is the reason why I'm in C2, because of people like him. And I quite rightly point out that I'm apparently washed but carried him, and yet again his only response is to laugh, because he doesn't know how to respond. As you can see here, he says, I throwed because of you, which he obviously didn't. He just so shit he made an error and then can't accept it. Now, I thought it was done here. Was it? Fuck, far from it. As you can see, we load into the next game. He's here again. Not just that, he's on my team again. But he really turns weird here. This is the point where he really turns strange. Like, it's actually worryingly strange. I scored to make it 1-0, and he comes out with some really strange comment, which is just him trying to be funny, but honestly cringed me out so much at the time. It actually annoyed me how much this guy was cringing me out. And when he scored an own goal here, then just puts sheesh, again trying to be funny, which this guy at this point really is just annoying me. I didn't want to play to it, and I quite rightly asked him if he's okay, because to be honest, I'm not sure at his point. They then score again because he decides he wants to go out the wall and miss it, and just to rub salt on the wound, the guy on the other team puts this.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Unfortunately, I have just had to witness this being put in the chat. And did I say he was weird? Look at his recent message here. What on earth is this? Him attempt trying to be hilarious when it's really not funny. We score again, and he comes up with sheesh again. Yet again, trying to be hilarious when he's just really annoying. And I quite rightly again tell him to shut the fuck up, because it is irritating me at this point. When they score again, he says, hell nah, this coke's too good to be silent about. But honestly, mate, he was cringing me beyond belief. I hope he's cringing you lot as well. We score again for 5 seconds to go, and he says it again. And you can see why it's just irritating me at the point. And this is what I say in response, because it is true. Further emphasise my point, this kid's a freak. Look what he puts in response. Like, what even is this guy at this point? Surprise, a double commit from him makes us lose the game, and just emphasises how bad this kid as well to go on the side of the fact that he's trash. My teammates now getting involved, spamming wow. And as you can see now, he's really taking a weird turn. Spamming GG guys, I love you all, easy win, all sorts of weird things that he's trying to be like. I don't even know how to describe it. He's trying to be funny. That's the way he's trying to be funny, and like he's intended to throw it. I call him fucking freak kid. I've lost my head at this point, but this guy honestly is triggering. He's cringy as fuck, and he's triggering. I then to go to school after he says he loves seeing me lose, which is again another excuse for him being bad and bottom of the team yet again. Don't know what Mark Sosa means, but I hope it's an insult to him, because they can't be backing him in this instance, surely. And another weird comment from him, Mark Scarface, yeah, really hilarious. I tell him to smile, Mark, because at this point I know he's going to go in the toxic compilation. I tell him to smile, and this is why he responds. That just sums up this kid. And the other guy, one of the kids in the other team now, is just putting gamers, the real gamers, just topping off where it's an extremely weird video. And just to make it worse, he then tries to throw the old, oh, you know what, and leave tactic on me by putting this in chat and leaving. Yeah, you're a real quality comedian, mate. Even more so, he tries enemy a friend request. I obviously decline. And I actually see him comment on my videos recently, so if you're still watching this, Sir Mark, please fucking do one, you sad twat. That is the Toxic Compilation number 11. Pretty obviously it's number 11 meaning there's 10 other ones for you to go and watch, so if you enjoyed this one, which I'm sure you did, if you got this far, go and check the rest of them out. They're very similar, I'm sure you enjoy them as well. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.